Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Salam sejahtera. So we go to the next topic pula. Topic 6, differential protection. We are still under the protection system and introduction to electrical engineers lah. So we will touch on the introduction to the differential protection. Okay, topik number 6 out of 17. InsyaAllah istiqamah kita boleh habiskan ni lah dalam masa maybe sebulan dua lagi lah. Okay, differential protection. So differential protection 87 untuk ataupun 87G kalau earth fault ataupun kadang-kadang dipanggil 64 lah, REF restricted earth fault. So 87 is differential protection lah. Kalau line 87L, kalau untuk transformer 87T, differential untuk transformer upstream downstream dia punya primary and secondary winding. Kalau 87G ataupun 64 selalunya digunakan dekat generator untuk dia punya winding dengan transformer punya secondary. Okay. So differential protection is a type of unit protection. Unit type protection. So ingat, kalau unit type, dia punya zone mesti duduk antara dua CT. Okay? To provide very fast and sensitive protection for internal fault lah. So, to provide very fast and sensitive protection. So, but must be stable for faults outside the zone. Itu dia punya syarat. Untuk internal fault, very fast. So, normally instantaneous, 40 to 50 millisecond. Tapi kalau untuk outside zone, yang kadang-kadang very high current tu, dia mestilah stable lah. Dia tak boleh trigger lah, dia tak boleh trip due to that. So compare, so dia akan compare between primary current in, primary current yang masuk and out, yang keluar daripada protected zone. Simple je. Current masuk, tolak current keluar, sama dengan zero. Itu je. Kalau tak zero, maknanya fault dalam zone. Okay, so backup protection kita ada OSEF lah. So refresher, apa itu unit and non-unit? Okay. Sebab ni selalunya kita buat masa kelas, tapi sebab ni online kan. So unit inilah mesti ada antara dua CT lah, differential protection, REF, that is a unit protection. Okay, so non-unit macam overcurrent biasa lah, fault biasa. So let us see here the very basic principle lah. So kita ada protected equipment tengah-tengah ni, mungkin kabel, mungkin transformer, mungkin kabel overhead line 72 je lah. Okay, ataupun ni adalah busbar lah, switchgear busbar yang nak protect. Tapi untuk senang faham, kita bayangkan ni lah kabel ataupun transformer. So kita ada transformer tengah-tengah ni. So kita ada source coming from one side, going to the transformer, step down, pergi to another ni lah, another voltage level. So bila ada fault di luar zone ni, so I1 akan measure sebab current flow through I1 and I2, CT1 dengan CT2. So akan ada measurement I1 dengan I2. So I1 akan move in this direction, I2 akan move in that direction. So the differential punya operating coil will be based on ID equals to I1 minus I2. Tapi because I1 dengan I2 is in the opposite direction, so it will be almost zero lah, going through the operating coil. This is for fault outside the zone lah. Katalah sini masih di measure, sini dapat 10A. 10A measure, dalam kalau ikut curve law tu, dia dalam ni dia tengah pusing clockwise. Yang ni pula akan pusing, ni anti-clockwise, ni pun anti-clockwise. Tapi I2 masuk from here, I1 masuk daripada bawah. So I2 tolak I1, because they are same magnitude and opposite direction, they will cancel out each other lah. So the current operating coil is ID equals to 0. But if the fault happens within the transformer at the cable termination, anywhere along the cable between these two CTs, so the second CT, CT2 will not measure anything. Kalau masa ni ada load current, dia akan measure the normal load current saja. But this CT1 will measure not only the load current but also the plus the fault current lah. So because of the fault current is only at one side, the operating coil, for example, the ID I1 minus I2, so I2 is equals to 0, so you get ID equals to I1. So if the I1 is above your I differential punya setting, operating coil will operate and trip your breaker lah, both upstream and downstream at the same time, very fast, 40 to 50 millisecond. But of course, the basic design has it has some limitation lah. Ada sedikit bukan kekurangan limitation. Apa bahasa Melayu limitation? Okay, so some limitation. So kita tengoklah apa limitation. So antara problem yang kita selalu jumpa ialah CT ratio mismatch. Change of transformer voltage ratio. Kalau you punya transformer tu adalah yang menggunakan on-load tap changer. So on-load tap changer akan berubah tap selalulah. Atau dengan kata selalu sokmo bertukar dia punya tap changer. Okay. Third ialah CT error lah. CT may not be exactly identical. So walaupun you beli 3 CT red, yellow, blue phase yang sama, tapi CT ratio sama 1000/1, 1000/1, tapi CT error tu akan ada some error lah, sebab semua ni adalah pembuatan oleh manusia, man-made. So there is some limitation there lah. Copper tebal nipis ke apa benda ke. So mungkin error ni, yang ni termeasure lebih sikit, yang ni termeasure kurang sikit. Tapi still within dia punya tolerant. Tapi because differential ni very sensitive, so the setting is very low lah. So very sensitive. So this CT error may contribute to the mal-operation of your differential relay. For item 1 and 2, kita akan discuss on the next few slide lah. Yang penting, kalau anda no current should flow through the differential relay untuk normal current flow ataupun external fault, unless the fault is an internal fault. Masa internal fault je kita nak differential relay ni jalan. Masa lain kita nak dia buat bodoh, stable. Okay, first problem, CT ratio mismatch. How is this a problem? Let's see an ideal case lah. Kita pakai CT primary 300/1, secondary 900/1. So, lepas tu transformer pula 3311. Kalau kita tengok ratio primary to secondary winding turn dengan untuk CT, primary on the primary side dengan secondary side sama. So 33/11 sama dengan 900 bagi 300. So you dapat 3. So katalah there's a current flow through here 150 amps. Belah sini akan convert jadi 450 amp. On the secondary dia akan baca both side 0.5 0.5. So bila IDIF baca sini, dia akan baca IDIF 0.5 tolak 0.5, dapatlah 0 amp. This is ideal case. Normally kita punya CT takkan based on ni lah. Dia akan CT size, dia akan based on the full load current of the transformer lah, or 1.2 1.3 times of the transformer full load current. So macam case ni 300. Okay. Tapi secondary dia pakai 800. So bila dia convert, primary 150, secondary akan dapat 450 amp because of the transformer voltage ratio, turns ratio lah. Tapi for primary dia akan dapat baca 0.5 amp secondary, but because CT dia lain, ratio turns dia lain, so secondary at the secondary side we dapat 450 amp, dia akan baca 0.56 amp. Tapi primary secondary tak ada primary side tak ada masalah. So ni bila dah convert kepada secondary CT tu adalah some differential current kan. 0.5 tolak 0.56 amp dapatlah 0.06 amp. Mungkin tak kena setting, mungkin kena setting lah. Mungkin under normal current tak ada hal, tapi katalah high fault current kan, outside the zone. So this one can be 0.6 or 1-2 amps. So it can trigger false lah, false punya tripping due to external fault because of this CT mismatch punya issue lah, CT ratio mismatch. So that is problem number 1. Problem number 2, on-load tap changer. Transformer you pakai OLTC lah. Bila pakai OLTC sebenarnya dia mengubah turns, winding turns pada transformer lah. So CT mungkin sama 300-900, 33/11, dia dapat lah ni saya betulkan sikit, ada kesilapan VP over IS. Okay, so VP over VS punya ratio dapat tengok sini 36.3 36.3 bagi 11 3.3. Tapi IS IP so secondary 500 bagi 300 dapat 3. So sepatutnya reading you baca betul. So there is some unbalance lah. 10% unbalance sebab secondary baca line sikit because of your turns ratio punya issue lah. Okay, then third here ni problem of CT error VPVS CT error. So CT error, katalah CT error 10% kan, plus minus 10%. So katalah pada masa tu yang ni membaca 300/1 plus 10%, yang ni masa tu dia baca 900 minus 10%. So kalau 300/1 masa ni katalah dia baca, sepatutnya dia baca 300M, 3000 dia baca 3000M. Tapi sebab dia baca salah, mungkin 10M minus 10, 3300 dia bagi 10M. So 10M minus 10%, bacaan secondary dia ialah 9M. On the secondary side pula, bacaan dia 9000M, dapat 9M, tapi plus 10% dah jadi 11M. So sini baca 9M, sini baca 11M. So bila dapat operating coil akan baca 2M. So that could trigger enough to trigger your differential punya pickup setting. And trip lah. So this is due to CT mismatch. So what to do is we will introduce ni unbiased punya differential protection So this is the normal unbiased differential protection So this is your equipment under protection, cable or transformer. So operating coil typically kita akan set pada 0.2M of the CT lah, CT secondary So this is typical lah, 0.2, 0.15. Kalau you nak tahu betul-betul berapa you set, each relay manufacturer yang modern-modern ni memang dia bagi you very detailed calculation on how to set. Based on your full load current, based on your fault level, minimum fault level, maximum fault level, semua tu dia akan fault. So not necessary 0.2 lah. So yang OEM baru-baru ni semua dia very helpful in terms of dia punya manual to tell you how actually you want to set your differential punya relay lah. Okay, so let's say in this case relay operating coil current. So kita sini set 0.2, katalah sini 0.2 daripada CT. So any internal fault, so this is your, kalau CT dulu ni dia punya operating region, anything above this point dia akan trigger. So anything below dia takkan trigger lah. So it's purely based on set current saja. So kadang-kadang bila ada external fault kan, so external fault kadang-kadang you punya value ni differential current boleh go more than you punya set current. So this will become your unstable zone lah. Memang sebab kita punya operating region ialah anything above this straight line. So what can we do? Bukan what can we do lah, what has the past electrical engineers, electrical technician design lah and come up with a solution. So they introduce a bias coil So there are two coils. One is the operating coil, your differential coil. Second is your two halves of a bias coil to restrain. So to restrain lah. So bias coil So there are two halves setengah-setengah. This is your NO, operating coil. NR is your restrain coil So relay dia akan trip, kalau relay dulu ni yang tak ada bias coil, dia akan trip purely based on differential current, ID saja setting. Tapi relay yang ada bias punya coil ni, dia kena trip, dia ada dua condition dia kena comply. Number one ialah dia punya current kena more than dia punya differential current, which is katalah 0.2M. Second ialah the percentage bias IR equals to I1 plus I2 divided by 2 must be more than dia punya percentage bias setting yang dah set dalam relay tu lah. So let's see this case So in this case ada external fault. So ID mungkin trigger. Sebab kalau external fault tu very high and due to CT ratio lah, error, CT mismatch error, CT error dengan tap changer lah. So it could I1 minus I2 could produce some I differential which is sufficient to trip lah. So your relay may operate, may not operate. Basically stable tak stable lah. Kalau very high enough external fault current, it will operate lah. Second ialah kalau internal fault lah. Internal fault tak ada isu lah. Kalau operating coil ada pun memang dia akan operate lah as per intended. Tapi when we introduce this bias coil half sides ini, so you punya ID will obviously detect 0.4 amps 0.4 amps tapi dia dah meet criteria number 1. ID met Tapi dia ada dua kriteria. Satu ialah dia kena meet IDIF punya setting, which is more than 0. Mana ni? 0.2 M ni. 0.2 M dah meet. Second criteria ialah you must meet dia punya bias differential. Katalah you set dalam ni bias differential you 20%. Tapi bila you measure I1 plus I2 dapat dalam 2% sahaja. So I1 plus I2 divided by 2 you get 2%, is lower than 10%. So your relay will not operate. Although your IDIF is higher lah. Is more than the setting. So this is the bias coil lah, the restraint coil lah. Alright. Sorry. Tidak tunjuk pula tadi. So differential with bias coil lah. Diff ni semua differential lah, bukan difference lah, differential. Okay, this is the differential operation. Kita repeat balik je lah kisah tadi So sebenarnya bila you introduce that 20% kan, ni macam ni 20% punya bias. So the operating region instead of straight line tadi, anything below straight line is the operating region. So dia straight line sikit je kat mula-mula ni. Then anything below this one is a stable punya region. So kalau ada external fault lah, jom kita kira lah kalau ada external fault. Katalah external fault tu very high kan, katalah 20 times setting kan. So I1 plus I2 over 2 will be very high. Okay, sini. Tapi your IDIF normally not that high lah. So it will the operating point, the differential point will be somewhere here, which is in your stable area. Because your ID over I is less than your 20% bias. So dia bias, okay. Selagi dia below 20%, dia tak akan operate. Walaupun you punya I differential tinggi, maksud katalah you measure differential tinggi at this point. Tapi sebab ID tu is much lower than that, so the point is somewhere in here lah, below the operating region, the stable region. So katalah ada internal fault here. So your bias obviously will be higher than 20% when you calculate I1 minus I2 divided by half of I1 plus I2. I1 minus I2 is your differential, your differential current divided by your restraint current. So if it's more than 20%, it will be in this region lah. And IDIF, the point is setting is here lah, from here up to here. So this is your IDIF punya setting . Okay. So types of differential relay, kita ada yang jenis high impedance. So dia reduce field current by introducing a stabilizing resistor lah. Tadi restraint coil punya differential relay . So this one kita is a high impedance. They introduce a stabilizing resistor in series with the relay. So resistor can be as high as 500 to 2000 ohms lah. So depends on the type of relay lah. Kalau you pakai Solcock R ke, Solcock RF ke, yang mana yang jenis high impedance tu, dia ataupun busbar differential ke, yang jenis-jenis lama pakai high impedance, dia akan ada some resistor lah. So contoh yang kita pakai, equipment transformer, percentage bias differential transformer boleh pakai, high impedance pun boleh pakai macam kat REF. Tapi modern now kita pun dah boleh pakai dah low impedance even for REF lah. Modern biasa semua pakai fiber optic . Okay, generator differential, so dia boleh pakai dua-dua. So for motor both ada high impedance and low impedance. Cables normally use percentage bias. Okay, and then bus bar, differential and high impedance lah. But most now people go for low impedance lah, because barang dia sikit dan pakai fiber optic, then makes life easier. Okay, so delta star transformer. Delta star transformer, this is a sample application. Let's see here. This one is a delta star transformer. So kita ada differential sini dengan differential sini lah. So kalau you tengok relay zaman dulu, kalau delta belah primary, CT kena connect dalam star. Kalau secondary star, CT akan connect dalam delta, sebab dia nak kena offset balik dia punya current lah. and dengan dia punya angle. Kalau tidak nanti you takkan baca the true current bila you compare both primary and secondary. Kalau you maintain juga delta star, nanti current you secondary dengan primary punya winding punya current, secondary current will be a little bit different due to the angle difference. So this one delta star dia akan offset balik. For bus bar protection, for each feeder, outgoing feeder and incomer, dia akan ada CT. So dia akan connect. So in this case, let's say we are protecting the bus bar, so all the CT is looking into the bus lah. So kalau S2 semua kat sini, S2 semua orang S2 belah sini, even incomer pun S2 duduk belah bawah ni. So all towards the bus. Yang CT dekat incomer pun towards the bus. Dan dia akan parallelkan. So under normal condition, kalau semua CT current masuk dan current keluar sama, total up dia sama, so there's no current flowing in the secondary circuit. Tapi katalah ada fault somewhere here, so there will be a current flowing here lah in the secondary circuit. So this stabilizing resistor will provide that stability lah for the differential protection. So this one is REF 3 winding. So this CT dekat standby, macam standby fault ni, this CT dekat start point earning is looking towards the winding. So these 3 CTs is looking towards the winding. So under normal condition, summation of red, yellow, blue and neutral start point is 0 lah. So kalau you ada LV transformer ada 4 wire, so you will have another CT lah, 4 wire CT, 4 CT dekat neutral connected here lah. Okay. Alright, that is all lah on introduction to differential protection. So if you think this material is good, please share this material to your electrical friends, and do subscribe to my YouTube channel Crux of EE, and then my Facebook page. Please like my Facebook page, facebook.com/Crux of EE. And if you have any other questions, please throw them in the comments below, or you can email me directly lah at cruxofee@gmail.com. Thank you.